Okay, I think we're live. A few minutes late. Forgive me. Trying to find the right. Oh, right. A few minutes late trying to find the right. And yeah, here we go. Got a special guest. Shout out to my lovely ladies out there. And hopefully you guys have a good setup with your mat, and let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be talking about one of the niyamas, or one of the 8 limbs of yoga, and within one of those niyamas is the tapas, and that's sort of like a self-discipline, and it's exactly what we do with the asana type of yoga. We're, doing this, disciplining our body to find something greater than ourselves. And if you don't believe in that, no problem. If you do, awesome. So we're going to start lying down on the mats, like we always do, in Shavasana. Get comfortable. Try to get a little closer. Definitely going to get muddy this class, but that's awesome. Okay, so lying on our back, start to notice your breath without changing it if you can. And we're going to take a big belly breath in. You could put one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart if you'd like. Maybe closing the eyes here, settling in, and then take a big belly breath in, filling up the belly, feeling it expand, and then opening the mouth and letting it go. And then just notice if anything comes up while you sit here in stillness. Breathing naturally here. Notice what's racing across your mind. And then see if you can acknowledge those thoughts. They're your thoughts, your feelings. Acknowledge them. And then they'll be waiting for you off the mat. So see if you can get deeper than those thoughts, letting them go, and feeling into yourself. You're greater than the sum of your thoughts. So look inward. And then take a big belly breath in and let it all go out the mouth. We're going to start doing some ujjayi breath, building some heat and tapas in the body. So inhale through your nose, open your mouth, and like you're fogging glass, let it come from the throat. We'll do this again, but halfway through that fogging, close your mouth. Inhale deeply. Open the mouth, fog that mirror, close it. See if you can keep that whisper in the back of the throat with your mouth closed. This brings our focus to our breath, our attention to our breath, and the connection to our body. Maybe keeping the eyes closed. Start to bring some movement. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Bring the soles of your feet to the ground, bending the knees. And then hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rocking side to side, maybe doing hip circles, feeling into your body, and notice what you need. As always, this is your practice. Take what you need, do what you need, leave what you don't. And listen to your body. If you ever feel pain, stop, pull back. And then stretch out your left leg long along the mat, back like it was in your Shavasana, and hold that right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers above or below the knee, either on the shin or underneath the thigh, whatever feels best for your knee joint. And flexing both feet, engaging both legs, hug your right knee towards your right armpit. And then grab your right knee with your left hand and let it guide you into a gentle twist here. Bringing the sole of your right foot maybe to your left thigh, and using that left hand to give you a little bit of pressure on that right thigh and knee to come into that twist. Reaching that left arm long, in line with your shoulder. Maybe stretched out, maybe bent at the elbow, whatever feels best. And if you don't feel a stretch in the outer hip here and the outer right leg, you can guide yourself a little bit deeper. If you're feeling great here, stay here. Take a few breaths. Easing in to our physical practice. And then go ahead and untwist, hugging that right knee back into your chest, and then flexing that right foot, reach it up to the sky, straightening your right leg out in front of you, over top of you. Maybe interlace the fingers behind your thigh as we start to warming up the hamstrings. Reaching your heel to the sky here. Kind of pull your leg in any amount. Keep your knee bent. Whatever you got to do, just feel it out. See how your hamstrings are feeling this morning. You can walk your hands down more towards your butt or up more towards your calf. Whatever feels good for you. Try to keep your shoulder blades on the ground, keeping your hips level. Wake up those hamstrings. One more breath. And then exhale, bend that knee and hug both knees into your chest here. You gotta do any swaying or wiggling, go for it. And then come back to stillness. Stretch out your right leg long, away from your hip along the mat, flexing and engaging your right leg here. And then hugging your left knee in towards your left armpit, maybe interlacing your fingers underneath of your thigh and hugging that knee in. Breathing here. Part of the tapas which we're cultivating this morning is about building heat in the body. So see if you can focus your breath and be very intentional with your movements, engaging through your body to build that heat. And then grab your left knee with your right hand and cross it over your body, letting your left sole of your foot meet your right thigh maybe for that gentle twist on the side. And as you Let your knee cross over your body. Bring your left arm out, maybe bending at the elbow, trying to keep both shoulders on the ground. Breathing into this twist. Stretching out the outer hip, the outer thigh. Coming into this twist. And breathing. We can still build heat in the body in these passive poses through our breath. Notice if you lost your ujjayi breath and see if you can bring it back. Big belly inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose, but fog the mirror in the back of your throat. Another big breath here. And come back. Untwist yourself. Bring your left knee into your chest. Engaging both legs now, straightening that left leg up to the sky. Maybe interlacing your fingers behind your thigh here. Reaching that foot as high as you can get it. You can always keep a bend in the knee. Engaging through both legs here. Find that strength and stability. Making sure that your hips are staying level on the ground, your shoulder blades are staying on the ground. You can walk your hands up if you need more, or stay where you are. Our first hamstring stretch of the morning, ease into it. We're building some heat. One more breath here. And then we're just going to switch our legs. So sort of like a one-leg leg lift. As we let the left leg down to the ground, release your hands. Bring up that right leg. We'll just switch like that. Switching, bring your left leg up, switch, right leg up. Hovering your heels above the mat as you do this with your own breath. Can you bring the leg up on the exhale? Inhale here, exhale, switch. Inhale here, exhale, switch. Inhale here, exhale, switch. Inhale here, exhale, switch. One more time. Exhale, switch. And then exhale, switch. And then go ahead and hug both knees into your chest. We're going to rock and roll along on the spine here to come up to a seat. A seated position here, cross-legged, if that's comfortable for you. Sitting up tall. On your next inhale, go ahead and sweep your arms out and up overhead. And then turn your chest over to the right. Look over to the right. And then bring your left hand to your right knee and your right hand, like a little kickstand back behind you. Letting your shoulders roll away from your ears. See if you can find this twist from the internal body, using your abdominal muscles to twist into it. And breathing here. Maybe looking over that right shoulder. Maybe keeping your gaze straight ahead. Breathing into this twist. Find your ujjayi breath again if you have lost it. And then inhale, bring your arms back up, keeping that twist in your body. And then coming back through center, arms overhead. We'll go right into the other side. Start to look under your left arm to turn your torso open to the left. Finding that twist from your muscles. And then releasing your hands. Your right hand comes to your left knee. Your left hand kickstand back behind you. Keep a strong, straight spine here. Reaching your chest up and turning towards the left. We inhale here to find length in the spine and exhale into the twist. And then inhale, release the arms up overhead, keeping your chest twisted. And then release that twist, come back through center, arms overhead. Release your hands back to your knees. Alright, I'm getting pretty muddy out here. And then roll over your knees, coming into a tabletop position. Hands and knees here, wrists stacked underneath the shoulders, knees stacked underneath the hips. Your toes can be flexed or the tops of your feet tucking into the mat, either one. And we'll just go through a few cat-cow poses. Inhaling your chest through your arms, your tailbone to the sky. Maybe look up, breathe in here for your cow pose. And then as you exhale, round your back to the sky, squeeze out all of your air. Inhaling, chest forward through your arms. Tailbone to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, going your back to the sky. Squeeze it all out. Inhale for your cow. Exhale for your cat. One more like this. Inhaling. And exhaling. Your next inhale, come back through center, long spine here, reaching the top of your head away from your tailbone. And then start to tuck the right toes on the mat and straighten out that right leg behind you. Keeping the toes tucked under for a little bit of a calf stretch if you like that. And then your next inhale, bring it upright in line with your hip. Toes flexed, pointing down to the ground. Foot comes up level with the hips. And then start to reach your left hand forward, like you're going to shake somebody's hand. Palm in line, facing in towards your body. Holding your bird dog here, engaging through the abdominals. And then as we exhale, we're going to touch our knee to our elbow underneath the body here. Exhaling, touching knee to elbow and hugging it in. Inhale, straight. Out your arm and your leg back into the starting position. And then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, straight and long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, straight and long, holding here. And exhale, plant your left hand, plant your right knee, and back through center, back through tabletop position. If you want to sway your hips or do a round of cat-cow, whatever feels good in your body to reset to go into the other side. Reaching that left leg long behind you, tucking the left toes under, maybe getting a little calf stretch. And then inhaling your left foot up in line with your left hip, keeping your hips level with one another, engaging through that foot and that leg, keeping your hips square. And then your next inhale, maybe reaching that right arm in line with your right ear. Palm faces in. Holding your bird dog here, finding strength through the belly, reaching your fingertips away from your heel. And then exhale, elbow to knee underneath your body, hugging it in. Inhale, straight and long. Exhale, elbow to knee, crunch it in. Inhale, straight and long. Exhale, crunch elbow to knee. And then inhale, straight and long up to your bird dog position. And exhale, Release your hands and your knees. And then go ahead and sit your hips back into a child's pose. I like to bring my toes together, knees slightly wider than hips with distance, sitting your butt back towards your heels any amount. Maybe reaching those arms long and strong, pressing into the palms of your hands so that your elbows pop up off the mat. Maybe letting your forehead touch the mat. Then go ahead and look forward at your hands. Shift your hips slightly forward to tuck your toes under, and then press your hips up and back. Straight arms and any amount of straightness in the legs, keeping a generous bend in your first downward facing dog. If you need to have some movement, pedaling the feet or swaying the hips, go for it. Pressing so much into your hands that you can feel your elbow pits reaching towards one another and letting those shoulders fall away from your ears. And let your head fall heavy. And in this downward facing dog position, look forward in between your hands and start to walk your feet slowly up to meet your hands. See if you can get your heels down first before your toes. And then once your feet meet your hands, go ahead and fall into this forward fold, bending the knees as much as you need to get your belly onto your thighs, letting your head dangle, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, letting the weight of the arms pull you deeper into this fold. And then release your elbows if you grab them. And then bring your fingertips to your shins and bring your spine parallel to the ground for a half lift here. Head reaching away from your hips, lifting halfway up to standing. And then exhale, let it fold and release that work.